Hi, I'm Booted Harley Dude. I was sent an email by a cop asking about Chippewa boots and their comparison with Dehner boots. So I thought I'd bring out some of the Chippewa boots from my collection and describe their various differences and information about them. The boots that I have on my feet are Chippewa Hi-Shines. These are a pair that are at least 10 years old. You can see they're still shiny. They're kept that way with routine maintenance. Usually a little furniture polish and rubbed over the boot will keep it shiny. You can also use a wax polish if you want. These boots come standard with a regular rubber sole, the Vibram yellow plug, and they provide moderate traction. They're engineer style with the strap across the instep and one strap across the shaft to tighten it for fitting. They're fully leather lined and they're really very comfortable boots. But since I ride a Harley and I like to ride with a lot of traction on my feet, I had lug soles placed on these boots. Another pair of them that I have that I got from Stompers in San Francisco. The heavy lug soles provide much greater traction, and there are a lot of cops who have this done by local cobblers. It makes the boots have a much more commanding appearance as well as the traction that they provide. Another very popular Chippewa boot for motor officers is the Chippewa Motor Patrol boot as shown here. This boot is relatively inexpensive, as are the Chippewa Hi-Shines, and have a standard Motor Patrol boot appearance with a bow-laced instep and a laced fitting on the side. Some cops don't like to have the laced instep because it will get dirt inside there and it's a bit of a work to get the dirt out if they do get dirty or wet. These boots are also leather lined and are fairly sturdy and durable. They hold up well. They have also a rubber sole. However, what I don't like about this sole is the alpha sole has a low melt point, meaning that if they get close to hot motorcycle pipes, it's very likely that these soles will make black melt marks on the bike's pipes. Those melt marks are really hard to remove. They can also leave black scuff marks on flooring such as linoleum or hardwood. So some people don't like these boots because of the sole, and also I found, for whatever reason, they get kind of hot on my feet. It may be because of the way they're made, that they don't breathe very well. But they are a very good looking boot, and I'll compare them with Dehner's. This is the Chippewa Motor Patrol boot. This is a stock Dehner boot, and you can see that the two boots look very much alike. However, with Dehner's, you can get them with a lug sole added on by the manufacturer or added on by a cobbler. And again, as a biker who rides regularly, I find that a lug sole is much better to have for providing the traction that I require at stops. And these soles do not make black melt marks on my bike's pipes. The Vibram 100R sole is that they're resistant to heat, so they don't get affected by high temperatures of a motorcycle's pipes. Other than that, you can see closely that the Dehner boot and the Chippewa boot look very much alike in height and appearance. The cost, however, is the big difference. A Dehner boot, even a stock Dehner boot, costs about twice as much, or about $400 US, compared with a Chippewa Patrol boot that costs approximately $200. So if you got a tight budget and you're looking for a patrol boot, Chippewa Motor Patrol boot is a good choice. Just be prepared though that it may be hot on your feet, and if you have a bike with pipes close to where you place your feet, you may get melt marks. So watch for those kinds of things. But if you don't wear them on a motorcycle, you just wear them for bluff events and activities, you'll be fine. Just as comparable to a Dehner. Now while I'm talking about Chippewa boots, let me also show the standard Chippewa engineer boot. This is the oil tanned engineer boot, and this one has a steel toe, which is how it comes standard. It has a yellow plug rubber sole like the Chippewa Hi-Shines. I don't know why they put the good yellow plug Vibram yellow sole on these Chippewa engineer boots, both the Hi-Shines and the standard oil tanned engineer, compared with that crappy alpha sole that comes on the Chippewa motor boot, such as this one. And maybe Chippewa will see this video and consider changing the sole on the motor patrol boot to that found on the engineer boot and make us bikers really happy. Also, Chippewa does make the engineer boot, the oil tan version, without a steel toe. So for those of you who don't want the weight or the bulk of a steel toe, they do come in a non-steel toe version, again, that Stompers has available for sale at a very reasonable price. Now these boots certainly show a lot of wear, rugged activities, because I do wear them when I not only ride my motorcycle, perhaps in some dirty or muddy terrain, but also when I do work around the house, because these boots are very, very comfortable. I have worn them all day long, and they're just light on my feet, very comfortable, and quite enjoyable for an all-day ride. So, there you have it. Chippewa Hi-Shines are a good standard motor patrol boot. A lot of cops, particularly on the East Coast, choose to wear these boots. The cost is reasonable, about $200 US. The sole is of good quality. The leather lining makes the boots stand up on their own. And you can see for a boot that's 10 years old and is still shiny and nice in appearance, that says something about the quality of the manufacture of these boots. So, there you have it. Chippewa boots. For motor officers, regular bikers like me, and anyone else who wants a tall engineer or ballet style boot. Have a good day. Boot up and ride.